Test one, test one. Can you guys hear me okay? Send me a comment on YouTube if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. This livery I did about 2 weeks ago. It took me about 3 hours to get all of the words lined up. Cool. Good to hear from you too, Nick. Thank you for giving me first place. Yeah, this one took me about, I think, somewhere around 3 hours to do, just to get all the word Porsche lined up. Obviously on some of the parts you can't perfectly line up because I used the exact same size word wherever I could. So at the back you'll see that they merge. On the roof you'll see that they merge. I don't know if you can see the roof from the angle that I'm showing, but you can see the roof. I always do roofs with all my liveries. Anyway, thank you for giving me your first Amour. Hopefully you can, Omar I should say, hopefully you can hear me okay. Category, let's go with, what haven't we done for a while? We haven't done BMW specifically for a while, so let's go for BMW and let's go for a race car, not a road car. I'm going to jump in and grab one of mine. These ones I'm going to bring out is an Australian V8 supercar livery that I did from some pictures. Very famous driver named Craig Lowndes. He didn't make it to Formula One, but he certainly was fast enough, and he actually drove the Vodafone McLaren Formula One around Mount Panorama with Jenson Button a couple of years back, the V8 supercar team that Craig drove for after he came back from driving Formula 3. Basically, the team is called 888 Racing, which is an English-based racing company, and they were sponsored by Vodafone, and at the same time McLaren was sponsored by Vodafone as well. So they did a bit of a promotion before the Australian Grand Prix where they brought the Vodafone Formula 1 McLaren cars up to Mount Panorama, and Jenson Button jumped in Craig Lowndes' V8 supercar and did some laps, and Craig jumped in the Formula 1 car and did the laps. And of course he drove it well because he actually competed in Formula 3000, which was, you know, obviously at the time the leading category to Formula 1. But he just didn't have the money to make it into Formula 1, so he came back to Australia. So I'm going to bring out one of his liveries. I've done 2 cars of his, but I'll bring out this one because this one was his last full-time drive, because he retired from full-time driving last year. He'll drive this year in what we call the endurance events, including Bathurst, and he's actually won Mount Panorama, the Bathurst 1000, which is a 1,000-kilometre race which goes for about 6 hours. He's won it 6 times. Gives you an idea of the calibre of his driving. But yeah, this car I'm bringing out, this livery, it was on what's called a Holden Commodore in Europe at some point. I think they sold them as Opel Commodores, and they also sold them in the States, but I do not know. Yeah, I didn't type it actually, I just realised I should have typed it for everybody else I spoke, but I didn't say it. I'd better do that now. Bear with me. Yeah, so he drove Commodores for the last couple of years, very successfully. He didn't win another what we call a V8 Supercars Championship, but he'd already won 4 of them. So 4 years in a row he was not 4 years in a row, but 4 years he was the best driver in the category. Yeah, but he finished up last year in his last full season. So this livery that I'm bringing out, it's not identical. I always do my own little bit of a touch, but it's predominantly the same livery as what he had on his very last car. They did a special livery, so you'll see on the side of the car there's a reference to him which they had on the livery, which basically says thanks CL or thanks Craig Lowndes. So yeah, anyway, I guess we should get the judging happening. What do we got? We got a Mercedes. Don't know what Ordam's doing there. That's some kind of protest, I guess. Where's everyone else gone? Back to the pits, have they? Okay. Okay, yeah, well, I mean, the M3 is officially in this is not a race car, but given you've put some livery on it, we'll accept you in the category. Where's everybody gone? They've disappeared. Well, hopefully the room will fill back up again. Alright, well this is good because I think Omar and Nick can hear me. So I'm going to give him third, and then you two will fight it out for first. Okay, let's do him first because I don't think he's hearing me. Man, sometimes my typing is so bad. I'm on a steering wheel. I don't know if you guys have a wheel, but I use a steering wheel, and to try and type on it's very bad. I've actually got a really cool M3 which I'll bring out if we get another BMW category up. Again, it's more about patterns. I play around a lot with patterns when I'm doing my designs. Alright, which of you two? I don't know, you both look good. Let me have a better look. Oh, okay, can you hear me, Hem? I didn't know you could hear me, sorry. If you can hear me, well, you know you got third. And I think Nick and Omar are also watching, so... look, I think I'm going to give Omar second and Nick first, because I don't know, I just like the way the M6 looks in the race car. So congratulations, guys. Don't be afraid to play around with your colours. You don't have to stick exclusively to the white, blue and whatever. I'll show you my M3 Evolution at some point, and I'll show you a couple of my VGT BMWs, which still, I guess, try to hang on to some of the motorsport colours, but also branch out a bit to just try and showcase the lines of each car. Anyway, so who won that? Nick, you're the winner, so you need to type a category. And we'll go for another car. Yeah, I did. Oh, aren't you listening, Omar? Oh, I thought you were listening, sorry. I'm sorry, I thought you were listening. Okay, JDM's a category, alright. Again, I'm not really strong on the JDM stuff. I don't know why. I tend to focus on European cars. I don't know why. Some of my favourite cars that I've owned have been Japanese. I had a great MR2, had a great twin-turbo RX-7 as well, but I don't know, in the game I haven't really grabbed onto a lot of Japanese cars. I don't know why. I mean, I've got a heap of them, but I haven't done a lot of liveries. Well, I don't think I have anyway. I'll bring out this one. I haven't brought that one out yet. An SFR concept, which I played around with. I did this design quite a while back, but I actually jumped in and added to it just today, actually. The Toyota signs that you see on the side, I did them myself using the tools in the livery editor. You can make a lot of the stuff yourself. It obviously takes time and you've got to be really finicky about it, but you can actually do a lot of the stuff without actually going and dumping decals from the collections online. Coney, okay, cool. That's a very, what would I call that? A clean design, Hem. Just going for the basic colour. And you know, sometimes it really works. The number of car shows I've been in where somebody's just rocked up in their car with nothing more than, you know, a change of wheel and a particular colour of paint that just really suits the car. I gave somebody first prize the other week for one, and they just happened to pick one of the colours in the colour choices that just made the car look amazing. So if you pick the right colour, you can get away without doing much. I just noticed somebody rock up again with another Fast and Furious. Yep, there it is, an R30, was it an R33 or an R34? R33, yeah. All the Fast and Furious cars, it's amazing how many times that livery's been downloaded by people. The orange Super and the silver and blue Skyline, it's amazing. I must see 3 or 4 of them every night when I go to a car show. My cat, I saw it before. My cat? What do you mean, my cat? What does he mean by that? This is definitely my livery. I'm just asking him what Omar means by that. I saw it before. Yeah, it's my livery. Yeah. If he looks at the Toyota sign on the side, just telling him to look at the Toyota sign on the side. You'll see the letters I made myself and the design. This is why I'm going to start putting Iflowboy on all of my designs, so that anybody that says it's a copied livery will know that it's mine, because they can go and look at my channel and know that it's mine. Just telling that I actually made the Toyota sign on the side of it. Yeah, there's a shape. There's a shape in shapes in the livery editor, and just by using your L1 button, you can manipulate the shapes. And so, you know, if you don't have an oval shape and you need it, you can stretch it, you can pull it, you can shrink it, and then you can he's going to come and have a look, is he? Yeah, so you can pretty much make lots of shapes, get different effects, and what's the category? American Muscle. Oh, I can bring out my Chevy Nova. I've got 3 of them, but my favourite's the red one. Oh, is it Dodge, is it? Okay. I presume he's having a look. I'll go and jump into Dodge. I've only got a Dodge Viper, I think. It's about the only thing I've got that I've done a livery on. Again, I'm not big on American cars. I've done, I think, 4 or 5, and that's all. He's saying nice, but I won. Anyway, so I was going to go get a Dodge. Dodge. What have I got? I do not know. Manufacturer. Oh, I've got tomahawks. I suppose I can bring a tomahawk out. I did start doing a dodge. Alright, I'll bring the tomahawk out. It's a dodge. Not really. Don't know what happened then. Looks like my play